Bonjour à tous, on est ici pour le comité de pilotage du projet Kimia, mais il est l'occasion aussi de présenter 4 des 7 projets interréseaux que la Fondation Analine a mis en place dans le mois de juin. Donc on est ici avec Paola du réseau tchèque, avec Anis du réseau tunisien et avec Robert du réseau de la Slovénie. Et nous-mêmes, le réseau italien, nous sommes porteurs du projet Kimia, qui remet aujourd'hui 12 chefs de file pour le comité de pilotage et qui est très important pour réaffirmer l'importance du rôle des femmes en tant qu'actrices du dialogue. La femme, c'est un être supérieur, je n'ai pas de difficulté à dire ça, parce qu'elle produit la vie, et en produisant la vie, elle a la prédisposition pour promouvoir le dialogue, la paix et pas la guerre et la mort. Ça, c'est un des mots. Et avec Kimia, dans différents workshops qui seront gérés par les réseaux de la Tunisie, de l'Algérie, de la France, de la Bosnie-Herzégovine, de l'Albanie et d'autres qui sont ici présents, qui sont partenaires du projet, nous allons affronter les thématiques dans le concret pour arriver à une déclaration finale qui puisse être lue par le gouverneur et par les responsables des institutions internationales afin de renforcer les actions en faveur des femmes. C'est très simple. Ça, c'est Kimia. Et je donne la parole à Anis pour expliquer son projet.
Merci Michel. Donc le projet de l'expression artistique interculturelle en zone fragile est un projet qui va avoir lieu en septembre avec la participation de 13 réseaux de la Fondation Analint. C'est un projet qui est dans la continuité de notre travail en tant que réseau tunisien sur l'art en tant qu'acteur, en tant que facteur de développement et en tant que facteur de résolution de conflits. On va travailler sur les zones fragiles, les camps de réfugiés, les zones de guerre, les zones marginalisées, les zones issues de victimes à la radicalisation, mais on va travailler également sur les personnes fragiles, à savoir les victimes, les femmes victimes de violences, les victimes de la radicalisation, les victimes du racisme, et voir comment l'expression artistique peut présenter des réponses à des questions dans ces domaines-là. Et il sera également, le contexte sera également pour inviter également des artistes syriens et libyens qui sont victimes qui sont restés dans leur pays, qui ont refusé de partir et qui sont en train de faire du très bon travail, un travail de soutien, un travail de développement, un travail de résistance par rapport aux différents problèmes liés à la guerre. Donc ils résistent à la violence, ils résistent à la mort par donner vraiment de nouvelles expressions de vie, de nouveaux espaces pour la création. Ils vont nous donner aussi leur expérience. Il y aura aussi une grande foire des femmes artisanes de l'espace méditerranéen, qui vont travailler et développer vraiment des interconnexions. Il y aura beaucoup d'animations et beaucoup d'activités de rue. Voilà, et c'est aussi en une partie aussi, on va avoir des recommandations et une lettre sera envoyée à Kimia dans la continuité du travail qu'on fait interréseau. Donc les femmes actrices du dialogue, il y aura une séquence spéciale pour ça, il y aura une participation.
I would like to introduce a project called Be Effective, Building Media Skills in Central and Eastern Europe for the Intercultural Dialogue. And we have partners in the 4 countries, which is Poland, Hungary, Slovakia. Then we have Slovenia and Lithuania and Morocco and Tunisia. And the purpose of this project is to build media skills and communication skills of our members, of the network members, because we are living in a situation where a lot of people take the first experience of otherness or migration or foreigners from media, because in Central Europe we don't have such a intercultural society, and a lot of people actually don't have a direct connection or direct experience with someone from other countries. So they take all the information from media, and unfortunately not from quality media but from populist media or social sites, and the information is very fragmented and very quick, So we decided to propose this project, which has been in our minds for a very long time. So it's not like a ad hoc project, it's a very old and mature project that we just submitted. And the idea is to support the NGOs in our network to learn graphic design skills, to be able to engage in production of infographics, of working like in the field of data journalism, to produce videos like viral videos for social sites, also like longer videos up to 2 minutes for websites, and the content should be really well tailored for the public, for the general public, not those that have been already like convinced, not the people in the capital cities, but we should focus on those that are resisting to dialogue, who are refusing the dialogue, who think it's not their theme, or who are like suspicious, and we really want to communicate what they are afraid of, to overcome the real barriers. We are not going to communicate about the benefits of interculturality, but we want to communicate, for example, about the issues they are really worried about, and we want to address these issues so that we can have impact on their decision. They can really change decision, for example, about accepting migrants. So we will have a series of trainings in each partner country, and finally in early September we will meet in the city of Olomouc, which is UNESCO city. It's about 2 hours from Prague, and we will have an international meeting where all the representatives of the national networks will meet and they will compare the work they have done. And we will also have further trainings in communication skills, how to get the teams in traditional media, social media. We will have workshops in nonviolent communication skills, to open dialogue, to invite people that are resisting to dialogue to actually engage in dialogue. So we really want to make impact and social change. It's not just convincing the convinced, but we really want to have the change. This is the most important aspect of this project, together with its practicability. It's not a series of speeches, but a series of practical capacity buildings. And finally, we will circulate the results of the international meeting, and in a paper which will summarize the best practices, lessons learned, inspirational practices, and so on. And we will also circulate in among all the networks something that is called a communication strategy paper. It's a short document done in all partner countries that will summarize the available knowledge about the social acceptance of otherness, of migrants, and also will provide recommendations what to communicate effectively, where to communicate, how to direct the communication, what to focus on, what forum it should put to really be effective. So it's a very practical project, and hopefully it will have a strong impact in the real field and in remote areas, not just the capital cities. So I'm really happy that we are able to implement this project.
Lui. Robert from Slovenia.
The Slovenian network in which I'm in charge is coordinating the program called Intercultural Cities. There are 7 ALF networks from the Euromed region involved in it, and we believe that cities are the indicators of the interculturalism in societies. They are showing what is the situation of current migrations, as also most of the migrants are focused in their migrations and their flow into cities mostly. We have different segments and different parts in the program. Firstly, we started with a study visit in Jerusalem, which is probably one of the most intercultural or multicultural cities globally for centuries. And the main activity will be in Ljubljana in the beginning of September, where we will have a forum where different members from the 7 networks plus some other invited experts will come together to elaborate on the issues we have and the knowledge we have from the intercultural aspects in the cities in our countries. And beside the panel and the conference part, we will also have some thematic workshops where we will elaborate also some of the activities that networks already had in the past in their countries, but now we will evolve this at the international level. The outcomes of the projects are in two main focuses. The first one will be the documents with the recommendations for local communities, which they can use how to deal with nowadays migrations and intercultural issues in the cities and local communities. There will be recommendations for civil society organizations which are more and more aware and in need to do activities in the intercultural aspects, especially in the cities. And another important outcome and another important activities that are also in the core of Anna Lindh Foundation in general is the network and networking of people, of organizations, of the programs in the Euromed region, and where the network members and other experts will present their programs, their good practices or their ideas, and they will develop common future activities.
Ok. Les 7 femmes, mettez là, je fais une photo.